Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here with potentially first in a series, new type of video, depending on how it goes and uh, I guess how the process goes. So what I'm going to show you here, today's Monday when I'm recording this, you'll be seeing this on Wednesday. So last night, Sunday night, I put 30 items to auction. I haven't done an auction on my eBay page probably in over a year. Couple reasons why I'm doing this, and I'll kind of discuss those while I'm showing you the items that I'm auctioning. My channel is pretty small, so some of the consignment services out there, they do videos of their auction blocks to kind of show you a better view of the card, condition wise. I don't think this will really get enough views, get enough extra eyes on it to justify taking these out of the sleeves and really, plus my camera setup. I don't think it's worth going over for like condition wise of what these are, but my whole purpose is to talk about why I'm doing this, and as I do on my channel, just discuss what I'm doing day to day with my business. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this for. So I'll talk about the items and then again why I'm doing this. Big change with PWCC, as most people know. Recently, they went to their own platform. The October the October monthly auction was the first 8,000-ish Pokemon items. I think I got $900 worth of sales. I sent 12 to 15 kind of lower tier cards, a couple of PSA 9 first edition fossil cards, but then the rest of them were what you'd call junk slabs. Two of them I actually donated. Pretty funny. If you don't get a $10 bid on your card through PWCC, it actually gets forfeited to PWCC. Whether they end up in their dumpster, whether they donate them to somebody, list them fixed price, I have no idea. But in any case, they own two CGC 8.5 modern promos that didn't get a single bid. But so that's part of the reason I'm doing this auction block. I think PWCC, I should describe what this is. So B is just because I'd taken pictures of about 4 or 5 lots of these a while ago. These are just fourth print light packs with the stickers on the back from Poland. Then you've got some more straightforward things. Red's Pikachu. I've had really good luck grading this card. I think I've graded about 50 10s, and I don't think I've got a single 9. Probably more than 50. But yeah, I didn't have a great showing on PWCC. I think that, especially in the short term, they're just so swamped with cards, and I like the format personally. I like the way they sell cards on there, but I don't think it lends itself well to really cheap stuff. And given how many slabs are in my possession, given how many slabs I'm getting back on a regular basis now, I need to have some quicker outlets. Not that I'm trying to fire sale these things, not that I need to fire sale them to keep my business afloat or anything, but I think my goal with prior PWCC, this is a pretty big one. I guess I should comment on this card. This is, I bought through Golden for 3,000. At the end of this video, after I show all the cards, I'll show a quick spreadsheet on what I had these listed. These were all listed on Buy It Nows in my store, and I just sent them to auction to move them. But this was one of 2 PSA 8.5 Shadowless Charizards that I bought from Golden with intent to upgrade. This one doesn't look like it could upgrade. The other one I did successfully upgrade in the video that went live Monday. So this one I might take a slight loss. I probably will after fees and all that. The other one hopefully will make it like a successful endeavor between the two. But yeah, as I was saying, my goal for PWCC was to sell 40 to 50 slabs a month just to keep a little bit of cash flow going, keep a little bit of a bleed off stream, getting rid of some cards. That would be 40 a month would be about 500 a year. So the fact that I had 10,000 cards between CGC and PSA, it's not like that was going to empty my inventory really quickly or anything. That was just to supplement the Buy It Now sales that I have. Pretty decent card here. This is just one that I had sitting in a binder. I graded it pretty recently. You can tell by the cert number. It was in a bulk. I got upcharged pretty decently. I think there was a shield auction. It went for like a few $1,000s. I don't know though. This is relatively low pop. Some of these unlimited WotC cards, they're in a weird spot because the demand isn't nearly as high, so not as many people graded them, and a lot of the unlimited pops are lower than the first edition. So I'll be really interested to see what this does. I don't really have much into it, so whatever it gets, I'm happy with. But yeah, the PWCC monthly isn't likely going to do it for me. I think what I'm going to do is every 2 weeks, and let me know in the comments below if this is something you would like to see or if this is kind of content that doesn't interest you. But what I plan to do is show the cards that are live on auction ending this Sunday. They end this Sunday from 11 p.m. Eastern to like 11:30. I did them 1 minute in between, and it's only 30 cards, so that's 8 to 8:30 Pacific, which Sunday night, that's all James, Scott, Nick. I think that's when most people historically, like, it's been over a year since I've done auctions, but that's historically when I'd always end them too. They're kind of like a leisure time for me. I'm usually watching football. A lot of times I'll be on eBay bidding. Just a teaser for a video down the line. I did send a small consignment to James a few weeks ago, and I sent a small consignment to Nick just to test them out. A few of these cards in here: Red's Pikachu, Eevee Scream, Armored Mewtwo once we get to it. All three of us are auctioning off, so I'm gonna have a little like competition going between the three of us. I did let them know beforehand, but I'll be making a video on it once once my auction block is done. So just to see like who did better, and obviously auctions can vary so much, but it'll be interesting to see, kind of a fun little competition there that they didn't fully know they were going to be in beforehand. This is one of the cards that I traded a fossil box for several old school EX PSA 10s. A lot of unknowns I got back in a submission. A lot of these cards you'll recognize from past submission videos if you watch all those. Sorry for the glare there. But yeah, I think it'll be more beneficial to me to just, I didn't really want to, but to auction every 2 weeks, run 30 to 50 cards, kind of show you, hey, this is what I had them listed for via buy it now. So 2 weeks from now, the intent would be, here are the 30 cards that I showed you 2 weeks ago. Here's what they sold for versus what I had them listed for. And as I said, once we're done looking at these cards, we'll switch over to the computer and you'll actually see the spreadsheet. This is the card that I mistakenly bought. I'm going to lose money on it. I paid like a little over $2,000 after conversion fees, thinking it was the Red Cheeks, thinking I was getting a smoking deal. So I'll probably lose like several $100s on this, which kind of hurts, but stupid mistake from me. Last item is a pretty big one. I did pick up my recent purchases video. You saw an art set of base set first edition. Pretty clean, nice condition. So I sent those out to PSA already. And I have multiple of this card, or of this pack, the Venusaur art. So I just want to get rid of one to kind of, I mean, I just spent $10,000 on 3 new base first edition packs. So hopefully this will get 5+, just to kind of extract a little money, not be so heavily into base first edition light packs. But yeah, so as I was saying, 2 weeks from now you'll see a video. Hey, here's my 30 cards that I auctioned. This is how many were paid. This is what they sold for versus what they were listed as buy it nows. This is what the fees were. This is how much I netted. I mean, I could throw in there, this is what I would have paid at PWCC if they had gotten the same prices. And this is what, just kind of a comparison there. So I think, yeah, I mean, I'm done showing the cards, so we'll probably just switch over. My continual rambling will switch over to the computer screen. So I will end it there and see you over on the computer. So in case anyone cared to see what I had sold through PWCC, it wasn't anything special. And I think they got pretty bad prices too. So one thing PWCC is doing, because they used to get a lot of complaints, first edition Fossil Gengar PSA 9 is kind of a usual suspect for that. Really common card. There's hundreds of them in the pop. there would be certain auction blocks over on eBay where there would be several of these all at once, ending within seconds. So I think if there's more than 2 or 3, PWCC will actually split them off from the first night. You can see that this ended on October 29th, whereas a lot of these ended on October 28th. And I think it hurt because the first night was kind of a big event, and the second night I think was just really overlooked. I want to say that recent sales of this on eBay and even night one of PWCC were closer to 400, and then on the Lapras, closer to the mid low twos. So it's not a huge deal. I mean, I kind of sent these as like an experimental thing, anyways, but it is what it is, and what it is just I don't think something that I'm gonna be using too frequently. So I didn't send anything for November. I probably will send a small amount, just kind of different things to feel it out a little further for December. But like this card, Sword Shield 20, I think this goes in PSA 9 close to 100. A lot of these cards, I'm quite confident if I had just auctioned them on my own on my eBay, I would have done better. And I think the big thing is that eBay is familiar. People know how to bid on it. PWCC has this thing where you have to bid early to get into the extended bidding, and a lot of people didn't know that. Plus, it had 8,000 cards you had to wade through. The higher end stuff wasn't as affected, but a lot of these 20, they went for 20 and less, but I think they would have been closer to 50 and under. They're like really easy impulse purchases for eBayers. eBayer has millions of users. Anyone could hop on, look at auctions ending soon. It's so easy to just bid 20, 25, 35 bucks. Hey, that can be a gift for my buddy. That can be I like Charizard. That can be in my collection. So I think the low end really gets hit hard on PWCC, and they're just better to be either auctioned on my own page or through any other consigner on eBay, or just sold as buy it now. I mean, some of these I have so much quantity, like base set unlimited Charmeleon. The reason I have so much quantity is because I graded so many knowing that the fees were going to be going up. So I'm in a decent place anyways. And I mean, getting $12, I paid less than 10 to grade it. The card cost me nothing. All said and done, I probably still lost a little bit, but not like crazy. Once we get down here to the very end is where it's just kind of funny. I had a couple cards get only $11, and then this Rillaboom and Inteleon. Actually, like I said, I donated those this PWCC. They didn't get a single bid. So cards like this, I mean, they wouldn't be killers on eBay by any means, but $20, $25. I mean, this was a CGC 9.5. I was more surprised by this one, a lot less surprised by the 8.5. Like I said, it is what it is. I'll kind of I'll be a bit more strategic in what I send, maybe 10 to 20 cards for December, and we'll see what happens. But the more interesting thing, I think, is back to our original thing. The cards that I showed you, this is the list. This is what I had them listed for. Buy it now. Some of them, like this Dark Blastoise I mentioned, I think there was a shield listing in the $3,000 range. I think that's a really unrealistic price. So 31,000 is like the total listed price. Interestingly enough, like there were no other listed ones on eBay. So I was still the cheapest on eBay. I was the only one available at the time. Maybe by the time I sent it to auction, because it had been up a couple months, maybe there were some more that had undercut me. I'm not even sure. But in any case, this is everything that went to auction. There's the Shadowless Charizard that I paid around $3 for. If it had sold by it now, I would have made a couple $100. I mean, the way in a reasonable world, you would expect that every card should get less than what I had listed it for because it didn't sell it by now. But sometimes really funny things can happen, and I'm excited to share that and excited to see that for myself in the next video 2 weeks from now. Because one thing that I remember from years ago, like let's just look at this Legendary Collection Eevee. there'd be cards that I'd have listed for a year for 199.99 or best offer, and they wouldn't get a bite, and then I'd put it in the auction and they just magically go for like 220, get paid. It's a really funny thing how sometimes auctions, especially 99-cent auctions, can just really like stir up. They'll get eyes on them because they're so cheap, but then they kind of like get people caught up in the heat of the moment, and sometimes they outpace even active buy it nows on eBay elsewhere. And that could just be people buying a stronger 10, stronger 9, whatever. But yeah, I mean, the standouts here are that Venusaur pack. And with this one, a recent auction sold for 6. I sold a Charizard 10 pack for like 6,800. So again, I'm fully expecting to get less than the 7. I think I paid about $3,000 for that pack and then a couple hundred to grade it. So whatever I get, pretty much with everything here, I'm in the profit. It's just about, I spent a decent amount of money at Heritage, which I'll talk about down the line in a couple of weeks in a purchase video. Just it's about getting that cash flow. It's about turning over some older inventory. Some of these cards I've had listed for several months, if not over a year. There's probably a couple of them in here. So yeah. As I mentioned earlier, feel free to let me know if this is interesting content to you, if you want to see this. I mean, I'm thinking 2 weeks sounds reasonable to me. I definitely don't want to do it weekly. That would be a lot. But maybe even monthly. I mean, I'll have to give it some more thought, but I feel like 2 weeks is a reasonable thing. And then if I just don't feel like it, or if I'm too busy, I can always skip one. That's the nice thing about this. Isn't a consignment service where I'm working for other people and timeliness is more of importance. This is, I'm selling my own things just through a different means, and I can do it at my own schedule, but regularity would be nice just to have that consistent cash flow. Like I said, this is a really big one. I don't anticipate future ones will be, I'm not going to be selling $30,000 worth of buy it nows through auction every 2 weeks. Otherwise my eBay store will be exhausted within a couple months. But somewhere in the $10,000 range, maybe on average, moving ahead, and try to get like I grabbed EX Era, you've got WotC, you've got a little bit of CGC, PSA, you've got the pack, you've got the Legends from Heart Gold Soul Silver, Japanese promos. I'll try to get a good mix like that, just to get you got tops. I'll try to always have a decent mix if I do continue doing this down the line. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. You'll be seeing this Wednesday, as I mentioned. Really excited. Right when I'm done recording this, I'm actually going to be recording my Nightfall opening. So look forward to that for Friday. Or if you hate MetaZoo, don't look forward to that. But anyways, I'm looking forward to it. So I will catch you all later.